ambassador for Hootsuite, which means that if anybody in South Texas is having a meetup, or if they want personal Hootsuite training, I actually can go to them. Hootsuite pays for it, and I teach them how to use Hootsuite. I also give live Hootups, which are like meetups, but they're about Hootsuite, so it's very cool. And then in my own business, I am a social media and community manager. I work mainly with coaches. I have one nonprofit organization that I work with, and it's an ADHD coaches organization. And my team is scattered all over. There's a few of us in Texas. I have a couple of team members in Indiana. I have one in the Philippines. And I have a couple in Austin and one in Seattle. So we're kind of all over. And I love what I do. So a little bit about Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a social media management system for businesses and organizations. So what they do is they started off as a Twitter dashboard, and they've slowly brought on other social media dashboards. They've brought in other apps, and so you can bring in some of your apps that you use, like if you use MailChimp, or if you use what are they? We'll go through them later. I'll show you a little bit what they are. But they have a very, very big app directory, and so like YouTube, Evernote, things like that, so that you can use these other applications while you're still inside of your Hootsuite. So you don't really even have to leave Hootsuite for the most part. It's one of the only ones that's still around. Hootsuite bought out Seismic, so they're no longer there. And if you've been looking at the news, TweetDeck is losing everything except for its web-based. So if you're a big mobile user, you're going to be losing that feature of TweetDeck in May. I think it's May 7th. So if you're a big mobile user, I would consider switching to Hootsuite or something else, because otherwise you'll have to log into all of your social media devices individually if you're TweetDeck. So what can you do with Hootsuite? Well, you can launch marketing campaigns. You can streamline the team flow of your work stuff. And I actually have a couple of slides to show you for that. You can geo-target your tweets and your updates and things like that. So if I wanted to specifically send things to the Philippines, because they're 12 hours difference from us, and so if I wanted to send something to them during the day and then keep things all during the day, I can do that so that no matter where I am or who I'm sending them to, they'll all get them during the day, and it won't be sent anything at night. So like I won't be losing out on my audience if I'm sending something to the Philippines during my time during the day, which is their time at night. You can invite multiple collaborators to work with you. My team works with me on my Hootsuite, and so we will talk all day long inside Hootsuite. And I actually have one of my team members that's going to help me out with that today, so that you can see what I'm talking about. So you can do reports. A lot of my reports for my clients, because I send my clients reports once a month, come from Hootsuite. I have a couple of other tools that I use as well, but Hootsuite really does have a good look and a good feel for reports, if that's something that you need to do as well. So Hootsuite has 3 levels. They have a basic, which is free, and you get up to 5 social networking platforms with that. There's also the next level is a Pro, which is $9.99 a month, and then the enterprise level. And the enterprise level is something that, for the most part, a small business owner won't need. It's more of if you're a big brand, then you would go with the enterprise level. So let's look at them individually so you can kind of see what they have. So like I said, the free, you allow 5 social media platforms. and you can't have any free team members. So if you wanted to bring on a team member, it's going to cost you, but it would be better if you switched to the Pro, because that way you would get that one team member for free. And you get basic reports with the basic level, and you can have 2 RSS feeds. A lot of the talk with Google Reader going out is, what are you going to use when Google Reader dies, and what are you going to do to replace that? I've actually started using Hootsuite as my replacement, because I can feed all of my Google Alerts into Hootsuite, and I can read them right there and there. And I don't have to worry about leaving to read them and bringing them in and having to figure out where I'm going to schedule them and that type of stuff. They're already in a stream, they flow through, and it's perfect for me. The Pro level, which is what I have, and is also the level that I encourage my clients to get. It's $9.99 a month. You're allowed to have 1 team member, and then you can have unlimited social media platforms. So if you want, if you have 2 Twitter accounts, which a lot of people do, they have their personal, and then they have their business, your Facebook page, your Facebook profile. If you want LinkedIn on there, if you want your Foursquare account on there, if you have YouTube and you want your YouTube account in there, you can, instead of using that as an app, you can use that in different ways. And you get 1 free enhanced report a month, and then the other ones you have to pay for, and they're really inexpensive, but the 1 free report is usually enough for a small business owner. And you can have unlimited RSS feeds. So I have probably about 35 Google Alerts that I've set up, and they all feed into there, and it's just really good. The enterprise level, which most people won't need, but they have a demonstration to show you before pricing, because the pricing depends on what you want and what you need, and so they can't really give you the price because it's custom set up. So you can have as many social media profiles as you want. Team members go from 5 to 500,000. There's tons of other benefits. You get a free vanity URL. You've got free unlimited reports and that type of thing. Enterprise is very customized, and so I won't spend any more time on that. So why use Hootsuite for your teams? Hootsuite is very quick, and it's very easy to communicate with your team. It is easy to assign tasks to your team members or even to your clients. I have things that I will send to my clients for them to look at, for them to either respond to or tell me how to respond so that I can. And if it's something that I would like my clients to add to their services, then I send something that I've seen on the internet to them that way, because they know that if it's coming through there, then it's something that's really important. I don't really like to bog my clients down with a bunch of email. I do require that they log into their Hootsuite and their social media stuff every day, so that way they can kind of see what's going on with their things. A lot of clients will send social media to a VA and then not ever sign in again. And I think that it's part of the client's responsibility to know what's going on inside their social media account and to participate. So I actually set it up in their calendars, and it's part of their weekly calendar. They have a set appointment with Hootsuite every single day. It's easy to follow with prospects, because if I see somebody who's looking for social media help, I will tag them, and I'll set it up for later review so that I can look at it and then send them a message, and then I can know that I've sent them a private message, and then I can follow up to see if they sent me one back and that type of thing. You can schedule events, and you can schedule your sales items, and you can even assign tasks to your team members. One thing about Hootsuite is, even with the basic level, you can schedule things. You have to upload them one by one. If you have the pro level of Hootsuite, then you can put them in an Excel spreadsheet, and you can upload up to 50 at a time. And that way you'll have, like if you're doing a webinar and you want to queue up all of your sales stuff, then you could queue them all up at one time, load up one for Twitter, one for Facebook, one for LinkedIn, and that way you've got them scheduled in on the way. So it's very cool. One of the things that people ask me all the time is, how do you create hashtags? And so I've kind of given y'all a little thing here to show y'all how to do hashtags. And so we'll go into the Hootsuite dashboard later, and I'll show y'all a better thing, but I just kind of wanted to give y'all a little view. On the Hootsuite dashboard, there is a button called Add Stream. And so so you click on Add Stream, and it's going to go to the next stream, which is below that, and it's going to ask you, what do you want to add? If you look on the left, you'll see Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn. The Google+ is only for Google Pages. It's not for the profiles. And there's Foursquare, MySpace, WordPress. And so if you want to do a hashtag, you go to Twitter, and then you click on Search, which is in the middle of the screen. And you type in the hashtag that you want to search for or that you want to use. And I just typed in my hashtag, which I don't use very often, and I need to get better about using it. But it's hashtag CLRVC, which is for CLR Virtual Connection. Remember, hashtags are part of the Twitter character count, and so you have to include that. The longer the hashtag, the less you get to say on the Twitter. So make sure that you keep your hashtags as short as possible. And then once you have added the hashtag, you click Add Stream, and it'll show up on its very own screen, like the right side of the screen. So creating hashtags are very easy. Before you give out a hashtag, you always want to check it to make sure nobody else is using it. So why use hashtags? Hashtags are important for a lot of things. They really help keep things focused. It's a way of monitoring a certain brand. It's a way to watch for keywords. You know, a lot of times when you're in a webinar, I don't know if y'all actually have hashtags. I created one. If you want to tweet during this webinar, I've created the hashtag, and it's hashtag CLRHS. So it's hashtag CLR, H as in hoot, S as in sweet. So there you go. If you would like to tweet during this time, I have it set up on my other monitor so that I can see what's going on. And I always keep my Hootsuite up, because if something's going on with me or my clients, I need to know about it. And keywords is a perfect way to do that, because if you're looking for online monitoring for brands, for companies, for people, that type of thing, then hashtags are important for doing that. It's also important for creating content. I create a lot of content, and I have to be able to do it quickly. And so one of the ways that I can do that is I'll search for certain things using hashtags. And it'll help me see what's trending, what's popular, and that way it gives me things to write about. If you're new and you want to check out the competition, see what other VAs in your niche are doing, then you can use hashtags for your competitors to see what they're doing. And it's, you know, it's quick and easy. You can keep it in its own little column. That way you can just glance at it if you want to. My clients insist that their competitors are always out to do them one over and to mess with their stuff. And so I always keep my clients' competitors hashtag up so I can see it. It's also great if you want to start setting yourself up as an expert in a certain field. Then if you hashtag that particular thing or that niche or that industry or whatever it is that you want to create yourself as an expert for, then once you have the hashtag up, you can always see what's going on. If somebody has a question or if they need advice, it'll pop up if they use that hashtag. And it's easy, quick for you to respond because, you know, with Twitter, the quick response is always, you know, the one that's going to get seen first, and it's always the one that's going to be seen as the highest. And so you always want to have that set up if you want to see yourself as an expert. One of the things that I do with mine whenever I set up accounts is I have as few tabs as possible. I don't like the scroll bar at the bottom of my screens. I can't stand it. I think that there's something over there that I need to constantly be looking at. And so I try to keep my Hootsuite as simple and as clean as possible. If it's clean and it's compiled right, you're going to want to look at it because everything's going to be in the place that it's supposed to be in. And if you set it up for your clients, they'll want to look at it because it'll be all nice and neat. And if your clients are anything like mine, my coaches, they don't have a lot of time to look at things. They need to be able to look at it in a second's notice and then be able to go on to something else. So some of the things that I have set up for my team is that in each tab, you only use one network. So I might have a tab for Twitter. And so the most popular columns for Twitter that I think that my clients would use, I set them up. And then the other ones we don't worry about. For each network, only the tabs that you need. You don't need every single tab that pops up for Twitter. You know, you don't need to see mentions, the home feed, the tweets you sent, the messages that you sent in a direct message, or you know, all that. You only need certain things, and I'll show you all how mine is set up, and then how one of my VA clients is set up. She tends to break everything a lot, and so one of the things that I have set up with her is that she doesn't touch it. She just looks at it, she can tweet from it, and she can respond. She is not allowed to touch the actual framework of the Hootsuite. So here's one of my clients. One of my clients is Candy Beecham. She is a bookkeeper in Austin, and she has a lot going on in her life, and so she will tweet from Hootsuite, from her phone, a lot of times when she's out. And I know it's small. We'll go into her account later, but I just wanted y'all to kind of see her Candy TX is her personal Twitter account, and then she has her office's Twitter account, and then there's the VA League, 2 Minutes with the VA, and that Twitter account, and then some searches that we set up for her Facebook groups and then her Facebook pages. Remember, one social network per tab, and then just the most important tabs that you need for each social network. Like with her offices, we have the home feed so that we can see everybody who she's following on Twitter, and then the mentions, so people who have mentioned her business specifically, and then direct messages. We don't need to see the messages that she sends out. We need to see the messages that are coming in. So we have that set up. And then the tweets that she sent. A lot of times if you've sent a tweet and you think that maybe you did the hashtag wrong or you tweeted the wrong account, if you have the sent tweets there, then you can look at it and say, oh, oops, you can delete it and then retweet it again. And then she likes to see her tweets that have been scheduled and that are ready to go. So that's what I count for her. One of the things that I love about Hootsuite is the communication. They have a beta communication tab. It's kind of the same thing as Skype or Yammer. It's only for those people who are inside that communication. So one of my team members is Carol, and I can communicate with, if I see something on Hootsuite that I think needs immediate communication, you know, if it's a crisis or if it's something that needs to be looked at immediately, then I can message her right then and there, and I can tell her, you know, there's an issue with the ACO Twitter account. Can you go look at it and see if you can respond and see if you can help them out? And so it's quick, it's easy. You can even tag the team member and let them know that you want them to respond to that. You can both look at the chat and you can look at the streams themselves without leaving Hootsuite, so you don't have to be in Hootsuite and then go to Skype and then go back to Hootsuite and then go back to Skype. So it's very easy and it's very seamless. Okay, so I know that we're moving a little fast. Before I go to the live demonstration, are there any questions about anything we've talked about? Okay. Well, then we're going to move on to the live demonstration. So I'm going to show you a little bit about my Hootsuite, and then we will go into something else from there. This is my Hootsuite here, and I have my Twitter account, my Facebook, my hashtags, and my niche, my searches and things, a Twitter account for the VA stuff that I'm into, my clients, and then my groups. I use Scoop It to find content, which is from the app directory. And then there's WordPress, and here's a tab that I use for creating content. And I'll show you all a little bit about that too. So here is my Twitter account. So here's the mentions. These are people that I am following and that I want to see if they've mentioned my name. Sorry, my mentions. These are people, if they mention my name in a tweet, then I will see it because it will pop up in this column. I don't really have a good column up for my home feed in the front because I follow so many people that it's overwhelming. And so I have my list set up that I look at every single day. And so that's what you're going to see a lot of on mine is everything in me is in a list because the first list is my community managers. So I follow tons of community managers because I like to do the best that I can when it comes to community management and leading with either my stuff or my clients. And so that's the first list that I have. The second list that I have is one for clients. And they are all about Huffington Post. A lot of their stuff that they post comes from Huffington Post. And then there's a strategic marketer in there. So this is stuff that I follow specifically for my clients. And the list is labeled for clients. And that's because I need to make sure that anything that's coming out that I need to tweet for a client is right there. And then this list is my must-watch list. This is a list that I have set up of people who I follow that I feel like are most important for me and that I want to make sure that I see their stuff every single day. So of my 2,000 followers, this list probably consists of about 55 people, maybe 60. It's very small. It's very robust. But this is a list that I need to make sure that I keep a hold of every single day. This list is for local people. I have a handful of local clients, and I want to make sure that I stay on top of what's happening in my community. So all of these people here are people who are in Houston, and they're either people that I want to keep in contact with or my clients keep in contact with. And then the direct messages here are things that come in so that I can see. I will clear this out every so often. I don't really do well with direct messages. I think that things that happen on Twitter should be public because if you're doing a direct message and it's something that's very personal, then if you hit the wrong button, it's going to be public anyway. So anything that's very personal and private, I take it to email or I take it to anything that's off social media. Remember, if you don't want the internet to know about it, don't put it out there because they'll find it. So that's a little tip that you should keep in mind. So here is Facebook. I have my timeline stuff, and then I have my pages. My Texas VAs, my company page, the Houston VA page I keep in contact with, and then the news feed for my stuff, and then the news feed for TextFile, for VA League, and things like that. So hashtags are something that I keep up a lot as well. I have hashtags. If anybody says, oh, we have a hashtag for that, I will put the hashtag in my Hootsuite. because I think it's important that I keep a track of whatever's going on. And so if I want to know what's going on with the community managers, we have our own chat every single week. And so I want to make sure that I can keep up in the chat. So we have our own hashtag for the chat. The Community Managers Association, we have our own hashtag, and so I keep up with that. And then this is my prospects. If anybody's looking for social media help and it's something that's honest and real, I will know about it because I can see it right here. So let's look at one for one of my clients. This is a nonprofit coaching organization that I work with. And I have mine set up a little differently than how I would have theirs set up in their account, because I have all of my tags with my clients and stuff. So I need to make sure that I have mine looking right. So here is their Twitter home feed. It kind of will tell me who they're following and what they're tweeting about. If somebody's mentioned them, I can see it. If somebody is direct messaging them, then I can see that as well. And then we move to Facebook. All I care about in Facebook is the wall posts. I don't care about the events. I don't care about the schedule, anything. All I care about is the actual wall posts. So these are anything that's going to appear on their Facebook wall. I'm going to see it right here. LinkedIn. This is their LinkedIn account, and so I need to make sure that if anything is pressing here that I can see it. And again, I don't care if anything's being scheduled. I can see that through somewhere else. This is the only thing that I care about. And then the sent tweets are over here because I'm not the only one that uses their social media account. Sometimes the president will tweet stuff. Sometimes the treasurer, the community, the committee chairs will tweet stuff. So I like to make sure that I can keep this up just so I can see what's being sent. This is the conversation button that I was talking about here. And so if something happens, then I can pop into whatever I need to pop into. Let me just kind of move some of these out of the way. And I can go down here and I can say, and normally I don't just do random things to my team members. I will send them the link as well, and I'll say, can you look at this account and tell me what's going on with it? If a client calls me and they're in a crisis because something happened with their social media, and I'm not the one handling the account, then I can do my members in here, and it will send me an email of the conversation later on in the day so that I can forward that conversation to my clients. Because a lot of times, as long as my clients know that it's being taken care of, they don't care about anything else. They will go back to whatever it is they're doing because they know that my team and I will take care of it. And so, as you can see, Carol responded within a minute of me tweeting her. And I didn't have to do Hootsuite. I could have been inside of the tab here, and I could have seen it. And this will alert her to go to her tab and look at it as well. And then once it's taken care of and I know that she'll take care of it, then I can move on to my other things. And Hootsuite will send me an email later of all the conversation. So if it's about my client, then my client knows that they're going to get that email. All I got to do is forward it to them. It's very easy. It's very simple. So here is the publisher, and the publisher is very good about scheduling things. If I want to, if I want to see if my clients have scheduled things that they want me to look at, or if my new team members have scheduled things that I have to look at before they can go out, they'll be here. And so I let my team members schedule things that they want to schedule, If they're new and I haven't worked with them very often, then I will make them set it so that I have to approve it before it goes out, because it's my company name that's going out there with those, and so I want to make sure that they're appropriate. You can also look at the past schedule things here to see what's gone out, so that if you have if you think that you've already sent that out, you can go back and look at the things that you've sent out. And that's one thing that I like about Hootsuite, is it doesn't delete anything. You can actually see what's going out. Here's your RSS feeds, and so you can set them up to go out, and so you can set them up for whatever you want. So, like for my company, here are all of my stuff, both from Twitter, the feeds going straight into Hootsuite, and I even have Google Alerts going in there so that I can always see what's happening. And so that's going to be something that's going to be important when Google Reader fades out. And here are the reports. They have templates that you can follow. What I do, and something that I learned a long time ago, is that a lot of the reports are free. You can look at them, and you can copy and paste them, and you can put them into your own nice little package. I have one inside of my Google Docs that I share with my clients, and so every month around the 15th, they know that they're going to get the previous month's reports from me. And I don't even have to email it to them. I set it up, I put it into a PDF and put their reports into Google Docs, and it's there. They can look at it whenever they want. And so it will pull out Facebook Insights if you want it to. So that way you can see what's going on there. You can have it pull in Google Analytics so that you can see what's going on with your website. You can have it look just for the things that you've shortened. And so if you run a particular special and you want to see how it hit with people, then you can do that as well. All you got to do is type in your shortening, and it's very easy to do. So y'all have any questions? I'm going to click out of here. I'm going to come back because I have a couple more things to go over with y'all. I have a door prize for some special person, and then I have something that I'd like to give y'all later. So, let's see. Any questions? Any thoughts? So I have a door prize as the there we go. I don't think I gave y'all my ways to connect with me. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can do so on my company page. It's linkedin.com/company/CLR virtual connection. You can find my company page there. I am very particular about who I connect with on my LinkedIn profile account. I use that for people that I want to keep in contact with, or people who might be prospects for me. If you just want to follow me and you want to get to know me better, then my company page is a much better way of doing it. My Google Plus is gplus.to/CLR virtual connection. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at CLR virtual connection. You can like my page there. And Twitter, I'm simply Rebecca Thompson. I tweet personal and business from Twitter from the same account because I don't like to have multiple Twitter accounts. It's too confusing. It's too much. I like things streamlined. I like them simple. I don't like to go into, you know, oh, you can follow me on Twitter for my professional account, but not my personal. My personal accounts are Facebook and LinkedIn. If you don't know who I am on Facebook, I will not become your friend. I don't just friend people to connect with them on Facebook. I have my nephews and my nieces and my little cousins on Facebook, and so if you're friends with me on Facebook, then you're going to see all their stuff too. So it's just kind of weird that I have people on there that I don't know who they are. So I am on my page all the time, though, so you can have that.
Sorry, Rebecca. Diane would like to know how many times a day do you post?
I don't have a set time. I will post every hour if I see something that's important to people who follow me on Facebook. If you're just getting used to posting and if you don't like to post a lot, I would say probably between 3 and 5 is a good number. 3 if you don't like to post a lot, 5 at the most. And that's just so that people can get to know you. And I have one client who, on her page, they tweeted personal stuff all the time, and it was not related to her business. And so once I got a hold of her account, I started looking at it, and she had no viral, no nothing, no people talking about her, nothing. And so I started tweeting, I started Facebooking out just conversation things with her followers, and her engagement has gone up immensely. And I only tweet twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, from her Facebook account. So if you are just getting started, just do with whatever comes natural. If you see something that's important that you think your followers would like, and you just Facebook something else, Facebook that too. I mean, people say do between 3 and 5. I say do whatever is right for you. And your followers will let you know if you're doing too much. They will either leave or they will, you can ask them periodically, what types of content do you want me to post about? And they'll tell you. If they want you to post something different, then what I would do is follow their suggestion for a couple of days and see how it feels. If they don't give you any suggestions, then it probably means you're doing okay. So I know it's a long way around Diane's question, but you just got to do with whatever feels right for you inside your gut and social media. So 3 to 5. If you just need to have an answer, I would say 3.
Okay. Prasha had a question about, she says, it's understood that Facebook displays only a percentage of content, but someone recently mentioned that Hootsuite is only displaying a number of posts. So is there a risk that some posts won't be visible in Hootsuite that would otherwise be important to your biz and your client's business?
Part of that is true. If you look at Facebook's EdgeRank, they only display certain posts, and that's only because people are not reading your posts most of the time. And in order for people to see your post, it has to be interesting for them. And so that's why I was saying, only post once or twice a day if that's what your readers want. And ask them periodically to see what they want, because if you're posting things that they don't really care about, they're not going to see it because they're not going to look at it in their newsfeed. Facebook knows who looks at what in the newsfeeds, because if you're scrolling through and you're not stopping to read things, then they know that you don't care about that. They're going to put stuff that's interesting for you in your newsfeed. So your friends are going to be coming up more than the pages. So the pages information has to be very spot on for your clients and for your followers. I don't really post through Hootsuite on Facebook. I am one of those people who think that if you're going to post on Facebook, you should post on Facebook for Facebook. If you're going to post on Twitter, then Hootsuite is perfect for that. LinkedIn, Google+. They don't really mind if you use a third-party application, and Facebook's getting to the point now where they're changing their algorithm for what you see. They care more now about if people are looking at your stuff versus if it's on a third-party platform. So as long as your content is interesting, then it doesn't really matter where you post it from. You could post it from outer space if it's interesting, and people will see it.
It's true. So, you know, and it's funny because I follow somebody and he's huge in the internet marketing world, and he posted hi one day, just hi from TweetDeck or somewhere, and he had 5,050 comments just from the word hi. I'm like, really? That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, if your stuff is interesting and it's geared toward, you know, who's following you, then yeah, people are going to see it. That's why just be careful who you follow and who's following you, because if it's not mutually beneficial, then your rankings go down. Just FYI.
But, okay, so I have a question. So can you control who follows you? So I guess well, you said be careful who you follow and who follows you. Now, I know on Facebook you can unfriend somebody, and so can you do that on Twitter and through Hootsuite?
Yeah, you can
Can you kick
unfollow
someone
people.
off your list?
Yeah.
No. But if somebody's following you and you don't like them, can you kick them off your list?
You can ban them from following you.
Oh, okay.
And
That's interesting.
And it's very and you know, if you don't care that they're following you, just don't follow them back. So here, these are people who are following me, not necessarily that I'm following, but are following me. If you look here, you can see the person with the plus. They're following me, but I have.
No, we don't. Well, we're not seeing your screen anymore because you got booted out. But that's true. You don't have to reciprocate.
Yeah, you don't.
Friends
Even on
and. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, Facebook, if somebody wants to friend you and you say no, then they still have the option to follow you through the subscription option. But they can't see everything that you post. So that's something that's there. And I will tell people, I don't know you very well, so I will not friend you, but here's my page. You can follow me there and get to know me and let me get to know you. And if I feel like we have connected in some way, then I will eventually follow them and ask them to be my friend on Facebook.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you know, because I'm assuming they would be more interested in your business page than your personal aspect anyway.
Yeah, and people don't really understand Facebook. I think that Facebook started off, you know, people were like, oh, I need to friend this person so that I can, you know, follow them at networking events and that I can stalk them and see where they're going to go so that I can, you know, learn to like them and they can learn to like me. And
let's see what they had for breakfast.
Yeah, and you know, if I want to stalk somebody professionally to see where they're hanging out at, I'm going to follow their fan page and their Twitter account because that's probably where they're going to be tweeting and Facebooking from. And so I would much rather follow them brand to brand and get to know each other's business first before I connect personally. I mean, that's how you do it in a networking event, right? You go up to somebody and you ask them what they do. And so then after you find out what they do, you talk about services that you can offer each other. And then, you know, you might spark up a conversation. Oh, I have that same pen, or I have that same, I don't know, backpack or laptop or whatever. And then that's how you connect more personally with somebody. But at a networking event, you don't just go up to them and say, hi, I like the color blue too. You want to be my friend? I mean, that's just not the way that, that's not the way that I've seen networking events happen, you know, so. So, I do have Hootsuite allowed me to give a door prize. So I do have a free 6-month trial of the Pro account for Hootsuite for 2 lucky people. And so the way that I'm going to do this.
Sorry, for 2 people, did you say? Oh.
Yes. 6 months
Okay.
for 2 people. And
so
okay.
Wow,
at the beginning of this, I told people if they wanted to tweet about the event today to use a certain hashtag. And I repeated it twice. And so if somebody can tweet me using that hashtag, then 2 people will get that door prize.
Well, there you go, everyone. Send off a tweet.
So I'm watching the hashtag right now, and so, and I bet you nobody wrote it down. Okay. I'm in like South Texas. So, you know, Texas, people say that Texas is its own country, which it probably should be, but we write everything down. We're very paper pen oriented. Are Canadians paper pen oriented? Because my sister-in-law
some of us are. I imagine some of us are.
Because she does not. She has like this psycho excellent memory that she can hear something once or twice and it's in her head. And I didn't know if
actually I know what it is. I remember the hashtag, and but I'm not a big Hootsuite user, so I wasn't. I don't know whether I'm, and I don't even have mine open, so I don't know whether I should.
But do you remember? But you
I wasn't
remember
planning on doing it. CLRSHS. CLRHS.
Yes. So if somebody wants to use the hashtag now, it's hashtag CLRHS. And if you don't know what the hashtag is the pound or the number sign. So it's $CLRHS. And the one thing about hashtags is they don't have to be capitalized. They don't have to be all lowercase. They don't have to be all politically correct. You can do them all lowercase if you want. Whatever makes you happy. Okay, so we have JMPVA and Preclose Legal. So those 2 will get, I will send y'all the discount code later, and y'all will enjoy 6 months free Hootsuite Pro. And
wow, way to go, you 2. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And the Pro account, it's the actual Pro account. You can do everything that you would want to try out with the Pro account to see if you're going to like it before you actually have to buy it. And, you know, 6 months of $10 is like a $60 savings. So,
right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's great. Yes, congratulations.
And I have an offer for y'all from me. I give Hootsuite trainings all the time to business owners and things like that. And I charge $75 per training. And so as a thank you for attending, I would like to offer y'all a discount of 20%, which is 55 because I can't count. So if you, and I still can't count, 75, it's 60. See, my bookkeeper is like probably glad that she's my bookkeeper, because I'd be telling clients, yeah, you know, just knock off 15% and just pay me $5. Yeah. So if you'll go to clrvirtualconnection.com/HS training, and you want to sign up for that, you can go ahead and sign up, and you can pick your day. I even will allow you to pick your day and your time. There's nothing worse than offering a discounted training and not being able to fit the time. So what it is, it's 45 minutes of my undivided attention. I turn off my Skype. I don't have my phone open. I focus mainly on you and your Hootsuite account. I give you secrets that I only give to my team, and I give you hints about things in Hootsuite that I work with my clients. And so you will know everything about Hootsuite that I know about Hootsuite, how it will benefit you. If you do, even if you're not a social media person, but your client wants you to help them out with some Hootsuite stuff, I can help you out with that. And it allows for 2 follow-up sessions with me at 10 minutes each. And I allow them to be at 10 minutes and 10 minutes only because for follow-up, you know, you have certain questions in your head that you want answered, and it's very focused. And so 10 minutes allows us to go through practically another training, but a much more quicker training. And so there's 2 of those, which is 20 minutes total. So I'm giving y'all an hour and a half of myself that I don't normally give out for $60. So that link is clrvirtualconnection.com/HS training.
Wow. Thanks very much, Rebecca. That's great. Okay. Well, this was a great webinar. I really enjoyed this. It was really good, and I think everybody else did too. So thank you very much for coming today, Rebecca. Did everyone like that?
You know, I didn't even know that the Canadian VA existed until I got your email, Jennifer. So I'm very glad that you contacted me because now I have y'all's Twitter and y'all's and I follow y'all on Facebook, so I can keep in contact with y'all there. So. So if anybody has any questions, something that they didn't want to ask and they come up later on, feel free to tweet me or go to my Facebook page and you can ask me there. If it's something that you don't want other people to see, feel free to message me on Facebook through my page or DM me on Twitter and I will respond as quickly as I can.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I think that's the end of the meeting. I'm going to close it out now, and we'll see you later on. Bye now.